Timothy, and you are watching video 2.3 in my series on how to fight Zeku with Zangief. This is 2.3, and this special attack is called Bushin Jakura. I will cover the light version through the EX versions. Alright, cool. So this move, before I begin showing you guys this move actually is a jump in gap closer. More or less is how I would maybe define that. But anyway, it's a jump attack where he moves closer to us, and then he's able to follow up with kicks or punches. And he has a particular kick motion and a particular punch motion or move that he does tied into this. But if you just do the special attack and don't press anything, he doesn't actually do any punches or kicks. So that's something you would have to do during the jump. You would have to press a punch or a kick button. So I'm going to show you the different distances that he travels without adding any punch buttons at all. And then after, we'll look a little bit at the kick, what the kick looks like and what the punch looks like. So, all right, here we go. So this is the light version. This is how far he travels. Okay, see what I mean by how he jumps in and a little bit of a gap closer? You don't see the gap closing take place with the light punch that much. It's almost a vertical jump, to be honest with you. You'll see it though pretty soon here. Start with the medium, you'll see it a little bit more. See how much more distance he travels? You know? He travels a lot more distance. Okay, so again, he's not going to do any attacks because I don't have him programmed to. And this move by itself does not do any attacks. You have to do a follow-up punch or a follow-up kick. I just want to record so you guys can see the distance. Look at the distance on this. That's the hard punch version. And even backing up, he's next to me. So that's pretty crazy, right? He gets a really good range on that. The EX version is more vertical, similar to the light. I would say the EX is just like the light. The only difference is I'm sure the kick is going to be stronger and do more damage when he follows through with it. Okay, so I'm going to live record 5 because I don't have that pre-recorded, but that because I can't. There's not enough slots to do all that. So I will do number 5 actively, and you guys can watch me. So, all right, so we'll start with the light jump in and a punch. See, the punch actually strikes behind him. So that's not going to do us any good unless we get to the other side of him. So we would have to do the medium punch version to get over him, and then we could hit him as we're landing. So this acts as a cross-up, doesn't it? Yeah, it acts as a cross-up. Okay? Now, as far as what punch button we press when we get on the other side, that's going to affect the damage, right? If I could ever get this to land. There we go. So that's 60 points of damage, light punch. Medium punch misses. There we go. Medium punch does 60 damage as well. Whoops. Hard punch does 60 damage as well. So the damage is going to be the same no matter which punch button you use. Once you actually jump on the other side of him, you're free to punch. It does the same damage no matter which version you use. I don't know if you can EX that. It doesn't seem so. No, you can't EX the actual punch that you do. So that's just is what it is. Okay, now the kick. This is branched off of the Bushin Jakura. That's the special attack I'm covering. So no matter which kick button you do, it's the same. So you can hit any kick button or any punch button you want to, and you get the same level of power. So that takes a lot of the confusion out of it. So what it all comes down to is how far do you want to jump? Is he next to me? Okay, I don't want to go very far then if he's already next to me. So I'll do the light punch version. Is he a little space away from me? Okay. Well, how about the medium punch? Okay, that works. All right. And if I'm standing next to him and want to get on the other side of him, I would need to do at least the medium punch version, so I could get over him and then punch him from the other side. But if you just want to do the kick and you're next to him, then you want the light version, so that you can be vertical and not actually jump over him, because even if I'm next to him, I will not jump over him when I'm doing the light punch version. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, guys. I hope you're following me. I know I'm moving pretty fast. Okay, now let's look at the EX version of this. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. Nope. EX version, there we go. So what happens then? Well, this is the same thing, right? The punch is the punch. Now when you do the EX version, you can hold the forward direction arrow. Whoops. you can hold the forward direction arrow so he jumps a little bit further. That allows you to get on the other side of Zangief and actually hit him. We saw that it did 80 points when I can do it right. There wasn't a lot of sword drills, guys, when I was practicing this. You know, kind of just jumped in and started doing it. Anyway, you saw it once. We'll call that good. I'm not gonna take all your time. So that was the kick with the EX. Now let's see. That was the punch. Excuse me. That was the punch with the EX. Now we'll do the kick with the EX. Okay, 80 points of damage. Same thing as a punch. It does 80 points of damage. Whenever you EX this move, whenever you EX Bushin Jakura, you're going to get 80 points of damage whether you kick or punch. When you do not EX it, you only get 60 damage whether you kick or punch. Okay, so after that, it's just a matter of movement, placement and movement, basically, is all it's a matter of as far as this attack goes. Again, if you're further away, you're going to have to do the strong version so you can get closer. You can't, in other words, you can't do the EX out here because even if you hold the forward direction arrow, he does go forward more. Just take a note, too, that he does not move forward. Even if you hold the forward button, he does not move forward on this special attack unless you do the EX version. It looks like he goes a preset distance regardless if you hold the forward direction arrow or not. Okay, at least on the light version. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so not adding confusion, but basically, yeah, and once you get to the EX, you can definitely hold, if you're holding forward when you're doing this move, time you can do that is when you EX. When you EX this, you can hold the forward direction arrow to move further, slightly, just slightly. You can move further in that direction. So if I'm spaced here and I want to EX, I'm gonna have to hold towards Zangief when I'm in the air so I can actually move closer to him and then have a chance to hit him. See, then I can hit him. If I just EX and I don't press forward, that's all I get. Now, see, does that make sense? Okay, so I have to hold the forward arrow if I want to actually reach Geef from this distance. Okay, I think that's gonna do it, guys. I don't want to take tons and tons of time on this, but I'm sorry that was kind of lengthy because this move has a few different aspects to it. Since it's kind of like a launcher that you can use to move in and then kick and punch, depending on spacing and placement. If you do not jump on the other side of Geef, then don't bother with the punch button because it only hits behind him. It does not hit in front of him. So you're gonna have to use the kick if you're playing Zeku and you're jumping in. You'll have to use the kick version. Us Geef players will have to be a little wary of this one because he can jump right in almost full screen distance if he wants to with this attack. So I'll have to watch air, be ready to anti-air a lot when you're fighting Zeku because this move could be used often. Alright, that's just 2.3, guys. Thanks.